So, as you proceed down the road, the wreckage picks back up. For a while, there were basically no vehicles about, no bodies around. These start again. And most are in severe states of, destruction, unlike most of the untouched vehicles at the outskirts of the city.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, there's not just metal corpses.
Mm-hmm.
There are Strix corpses.
That's interesting.
As you proceed further, the gunfire in the distance starts, and the screeching gets louder and louder.
How are... Well, I suppose she keeps going, and she stops for a moment. I unknown how projectile weapons are harming harming creatures of shadow. Does not matter. Or she will continue going.
Okay. So, it's about when the old decaying concrete turns from a light gray to a very almost pitch black as it sort of bleeds over the buildings. When you're cut off by one of the metal soldiers, they rifle drawn, he walks out across the road and is just... Are you aware of what your undead masters are doing?
They are not my masters. Hers as well, not quite, no. As well, not quite, no. I admittedly ran away from my current group in order to try and help with the vast array of Strix that seem to have appeared.
Stockholm Syndrome does not make them less of your masters. Either way, I would not wish for somehow surviving humans to die here to this day.
Fair enough.
We have one shot left and we're going to take it, and you want to be out of the city when we do it.
That... understandable. Well, though I will tell you that while there are humans in my group, I am not one of them. She will walk away. Hey, if you do not want my help, then I will not feel obliged. Then I will not begrudge you on that, though I do not know what you plan to do.
Your help would have been appreciated in perhaps talking your kin out of destroying our only hope to activate the rest of us. But no, we don't have the numbers anymore.
Activate the rest of you?
Have you not seen all the bodies around? Do you really think us all dead?
I had not considered that. I suppose many are deactivated instead.
Most don't want to stand on a vigil for a century or more, and so they slumber until they're needed.
How do you reactivate?
Hmm?
How do you reactivate?
We had a device to do it citywide.
Where is it?
Said device is now most likely destroyed after our carrier was destroyed by the undead and their thralls.
I doubt it. And they do not have the foreknowledge to do so. What, is it possible for me to activate? Is it possible for me to activate it? And if I knew where it was?
If it's intact, perhaps. Otherwise, you have to do it one at a time, and there's simply not enough time. We're already trying to get as many of us as we can up, but they're swarming in numbers we haven't seen before.
Tullus, at this point, Tullus is gonna kind of go, point me in one direction in case she fails getting the main one online. Just send me in the direction of one. Send my sister in the direction of another one.
I'm guessing there's only one. I'm guessing there's only one main terminal to turn them all on. On which first.
In case it's already been compromised, we need to at least hit the secondary switches to get at least parts of them up.
There only was one device. It wasn't built by us. It was a relic from before, back when our allies were still here. As he pauses there, and
I will go.
Knowledge beyond us, from what I'm told.
I will go then. I attempt to find it. Do you have the direction that it is? Longitude and if it is easier, you can provide specific coordinates.
Without a map, coordinates would do nothing for you, but it does give you, distance from here and the direction.
She begins running.
Contact with the carrier.
She begins running, and she has direction sense, so she's better at this running, but it's going to take a while still to get there. It's on top of the building, right?
It was supposed to be.
Very well. She's running.
You are quite aware you're running basically back the way you came.
Yeah. Just going. She doesn't know what else to do. Just trying to help at this point.
Yeah, so is any of the other group doing anything before she gets back?
Vitus doesn't really other than probably trying to discern anything that would look important enough to house what we need, or seeing if anything looks out of place. Just attempting to basically get where we need to go to solve the actual issue that we came here to solve.
Yeah. Apart from the swarm of distant eyes, most of the city is quite ruined. Every now and then there's an area that looks to be sort of maintained. Mostly vehicles pulled into makeshift garages. Some is old weapon workshops trying to repair things, ammo, stockpiles. But nothing housing a god.
You got any ideas, Drew?
All I really know is that we're in relatively the right area, and we just need to search more. But we don't really have any clues. So it's manual searching, really, just covering ground.
I loathe to say this, but shall we split up, cover more ground?
We can.
Do we know what we're looking for?
Yeah, I don't think
No.
I'd be much off because I'm not even sure. Sort of.
It's something that's helping to hold the world together. That's all we really know.
That narrows things down.
It's probably clearly not one of these buildings or one of those vehicles or one of the bodies on the ground, but other than that, maybe it looks like some kind of machinery or some kind of wondrous object. Who knows?
Something pulsing with magic. I don't know.
Or anything pulsing with magic in the area?
I guess you're a mage. You wouldn't really have to roll.
Well, I have the merit mana sensitivity. So if there is mana, it should trigger peripheral mage side at least.
Yeah. How does Prime work? Any awakened spell or attainment effect. In presence. Would that be? Yeah, no, that'd be supernal. Yeah, so it's faint. But it almost seems like there's footsteps in the supernal. There's a trail of, energy just strolling down the street.
Is it near? How near?
It takes some, you see this during your searching.
Okay.
You stumbling upon it.
Do I see like an outline, or is it just footsteps that appear to be supernal in nature, walking?
There's remnants of an outline of a humanoid shape walking. But it's clear as they're fading that they've walked on.
So they disappeared?
They are actively fading, suggesting whoever did this was recently walking through.
So it's like an after image.
That's the best way I think I can describe it to you right now.
So they're walking towards something or away from something. We'll start by backtracking if I can. Can I reverse follow their footsteps? See where they came from? If that leads nowhere, then I'll see where they're going to.
It leads to an alley, but the alley is quite unusual in the fact that it's black.
Just black.
The concrete, the dirt, the sand, the overgrown plants are just almost void, like pitch black.
They don't reflect any light. I put my torch by them. There's just nothing, just black.
Do not reflect light now.
That seems like some kind of abyss power. Can I revelationize this or scrutinize it or something?
You could, yeah.
I would like to do so. Where is that? Focus mage site. There you are. Since Prime led here, I'll do it with Prime. I'll start with the revelation. So Gnosis Arcanum minus opacity.
Double check opacity real quick. Say it's opacity 4.
Okay. So -4. Dang. Got nothing.
Unfortunately, you're unable to reveal anything about the subject.
Okay. Well then, let's start scrutiny.
Has anyone happened to have followed Kalmir into this dark alley?
Kalmir doesn't have a phone, by the way.
If the direction was to split up and cover more ground, then
Yeah, probably not.
All right, so let's see. I need to find. Oh, it's just Gnosis Arcana. All right, so I'll start scrutinizing it. I don't know how many rolls it'll. Probably gonna take a lot of rolls. Oh look, 2 successes.
Okay.
That's 1 turn. Do you want me to just roll while other people role play?
You can if you want, yeah.
Because it's just going to be more of this exciting stuff.
Yeah, as long as you... No, you very well might not succeed, but considering... Well, you've still got 4 more rolls, so just, I guess, roll all 4 of them real quick.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, that actually does break opacity, I'm pretty sure, if I can count correctly.
Hooray! But that just knocks it down, right?
No, you are... The first 4 knocked down to 3, then the next 3 knocked it down to 2, and then...
Okay.
Pretty sure that's how it works if I'm reading.
I don't remember either. Mage is complicated.
I hate Mage. Mage is Yeah, okay, so... Well, you get deep information, huh? With Prime as the
Yes.
focus. Huh? This is supernal. There's no doubt about it. Prime can very easily tell you this is supernal, but what it can't tell you is that it's... Well, what it also tells you is that this isn't a spell that you've seen before. But you can tell, power level. Yes.
Oh, wow. All the power levels. Maximum power.
This is power probably beyond what any mage could do, beyond perhaps archmages, if you even have a concept of that.
Let's see, were archmages a thing back then? Possibly. Who can say? There's nobody around to tell. Not like they would be able to do anything about it. They didn't appear to be supernally focused themselves. How deep does the alley go? Is there anything on the other side?
The darkness doesn't even extend to the other side of the alley.
Oh, I
It
see.
goes about halfway through. In addition, give me a perception.
Yes, sir. Clear that. Perception is that and that. 3 successes.
Yeah, you're quite able to see the shadowy figure standing in the window.
Oh, does it have a
watching you.
soul? Does it have a soul? No soul.
No. After you spot it, however, it does fizzle out.
Oh, fizzle. It just whoosh.
Yes.
Interesting.
Wonder if that's whatever's responsible for this black space. He's tempted to walk into it because he hasn't walked into it yet. But he doesn't know what'll happen. If it is, would he be able to tell if it's related to Abyss?
You would, yeah.
Is it?
No.
Oh, okay. So he won't get deleted. That's nice.
But temporarily, let's jump back to the others. So, did anyone happen to stay back at where you murdered a man?
Don't you put that evil on me.
Did you stop Stahl from beating him to death?
Thing was already dead if it could be killed by a blow to the kneecap.
Okay.
Always
Whatever
the
else
kneecaps
did
in
that?
my groups. Always the kneecaps.
Alright, so I take it no one has stayed back, however.
No.
Probably not, no.
It would probably be
Covering
me and
ground.
it would probably be me and Stahl together, and then Drew by himself.
So, Jerry, and I guess the NPC retainer group.
You're muted.
So does Cherry walk into a building with a corpse next to it? Is that what she sees?
No, you walk down the street to see the body laying in the road.
It's clearly not one of the old ones.
Yeah, freshly singed. You can hear this. You can smell the circuitry burning.
Cherry, internally, what the fuck?
It's not my fault. I didn't do it.
Is there anyone else near the body? No.
No. It is
But
just
Cherry
this
looks.
smoldering metal body, dust, and a large backpack.
Well, there's only one thing to do if it's on top of the building, and Cherry begins climbing the building, I suppose. I guess that's dexterity athletics, maybe?
Wasn't it on the street? Or is this a different body?
No, she's good. She's looking for the thing on top of she's looking for the thing that was mentioned as on top of it that he was going towards when he was shot down for no good reason.
Yeah, the person you spoke to specifically said that it was supposed to be on a building before they were intercepted.
Yeah. She figures it's still on the building because she figures this was just a random act of what the fuck instead of actually them intending to do anything. So, I guess dexterity athletics is what I would roll to climb a building. I don't know. What is climb a building?
I probably strength athletics, honestly.
Hold on. I can roll strength.
I'll accept strength or dex athletics, I suppose. I could hear the argument for both.
There's probably a real answer, but yeah, I'll use dexterity athletics, and I'm gonna spend a willpower on this. Okay. So willpower is a +3, so okay. Okay. She's climbing the building.
Did any of the ghouls or Rose fall?
Tullus is actually going to start examining the dead body and his effects.
Okay. So, as you get to the top of the building, it's relatively desolate.
Mm-hmm.
There's some very old, decrepit furniture up here, but not much beyond that. There is, however, quite noticeably, a person just sitting on the far ledge of one of the buildings. Not one of the building, of the roof. Just sort of gazing into the horizon, specifically the horizon with the Strix swarm.
Like another one of the robots?
No, it looks like pretty fleshy, normal person to you.
Blink. Excuse me, sir. Is it a sir? Is it a male?
It's a sir. I had this bad thing of basically literally every NPC I make is a guy. Just I don't know why I do this, and every time I'm like, I'm gonna put more female NPCs, and I just don't do it. But in this case, yes, it is a man. And they do reply as just, wonderful night, isn't it? I will say your friends made things quite more interesting tonight.
I was told there would be an activation here, though. I wonder if I am too late.
Yes, it is in pieces down in the street. That's not being turned on anytime soon.
I see.
I will say, though, you do travel with quite the peculiar group.
And I was hoping not to avoid all these problems. Why? Were you the one who destroyed the machine?
Me? No, I have bigger plans than that, but I'm just enjoying the view.
Who destroyed it?
It was your walking corpse, I believe, and I mean the actual corpse, not the neutered one.
Like an actual deep sigh. Why? If he wants to, he can try and read her emotions right now.
Okay. How's Cherry feeling?
Cherry currently has the emotions of what the fucking hell? Why? What possible reason do they have to do that? Tons of people are going to fucking die because these.
Look.
That's her emotional state.
Anything really, I believe it was a spur of the moment thing. The younglings are often prone to doing such things. But I believe I should get a move on.
What are you?
I am me.
There are plenty of things. Well,
And with that, he stands up off the ledge, gives a bit of a stretch, and walks off the building.
he fall?
Yeah.
Cherry's going to go down the going to try and climb down the building.
Do you know
She's
what
gonna
I'm
look.
saying? Okay.
She's gonna look for a pile of scrap.
By the time you get down the building, you can see Tullus poking through a backpack of, well, what looks to be scrap at this point.
Cherry will pick it up. And Cherry will do. And Cherry, and perhaps Cherry will, please give that to me. I might be able to improve what is currently going on, though I am not entirely sure.
Vitus kind of hands her the backpack and goes, just looks like a bunch of rubble to me, but I'll defer to you here.
Cherry is going to attempt, in the most utterly pained way, to try and put this back together.
Okay.
Is that... What will you... The crafts roll, right? Intelligence crafts?
Yeah, it'll be intelligence graphs.
Okay.
At -5.
Intelligence crafts -5, that's... Okay. Let's see, that's +7, -5. It's route. Okay. Cherry is going to do something that I can do. She is going to use her power to increase one of her abilities temporarily for one action, for one scene by a certain amount. So she's going to increase superhuman intelligence by 2, which is a bashing damage for her. So that gives her basic a +5, and then a +4 for that. So that's +9 -1 because I add an extra crafts just so it didn't weird out. So +8 with a route, and then -3. So it's a regular 3. So it's going to be 3. And oh, she's also going to spend a willpower on this. So, this is with the -5. That's an exceptional.
Okay. You stitch this thing back together the best way you can. Whether or not it'll work has to be turned on. But as it is put back together, it does become kind of apparent what it's probably supposed to be. It's a radio transmitter, but it's been hooked up with a number of extras that to most eyes make no sense. But there is the hint of old supernal runes carved into the machinery here. The circuits, the wires.
How do I turn this on now? She thinks, how the hell is there just like an on button, or does it seem like there's some way to turn it on?
It's got an input, but it seems to be keyed to a specific kind of plug, almost.
Is that what was up there? Probably. I guess. Is it more like something that needs to be powered, or more like something that needs to be connected to something in order to work?
It appears mostly self-contained. It looks like there's a certain... It's not like there's just on switch. It looks like you plug something into it to turn it on.
Okay. I guess Cherry's gonna... I don't know. Trying to think of what to do.
Give me a
I have eidetic memory, if that helps.
What does the plug look like?
yeah, that's what
The port.
I'd say give me a roll, but you can recognize standardized cabling.
Yeah.
So if you
What
know
kind-
what kind of port it is, you should have some idea of where the connection might be.
What kind of cable is it?
It is
Ethernet?
technically isn't an actual cable because this is stupid science, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not like USB, but you know.
Yeah.
HDMI.
Scuzzy. For the old folk out there.
For the sake of ease, give me a perception.
Okay, that's witch composure. Normal, not route. There. That's surprisingly good roll.
So yeah, as you're looking at this plug, trying to figure out what kind of connector this really needs, the other equipment buried in the dust here where this body lays gives you that answer.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that the connector itself is built into the body of the machine individual.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably it needs one of them to turn it on.
She's gonna run. There's only one place where she knows that they are at this point, which is near the front lines. So she's gonna run again, I guess. Oh.
So, jumping back to some of the others here. Drues, Stahl, Vitus. Your investigations don't turn up a whole lot here. Until your sweeps become painfully clear that it's getting closer and closer to fighting as gunfire is louder and louder. Interrupting you here because otherwise you might stroll into a firefight, continuing the arcs of searching you were before. I also have to ask, is Kalmir following said trail, or is he just continuing his search?
Trail? What trail? Remind me.
The supernal thing?
Oh yeah, he was gonna follow the spur.
I figured, because Mage, but
Mage, look at that shiny.
I have to ask. Alright, so plot point. Because I realize this is garbage of me here. I haven't given you Jack for information here. You shot your information.
As I recall, the information shot first. Last session.
It's not the same guy.
Oh, it's not?
Oh.
Oh.
There's no way we could have known that, honestly.
All
Was
the
it-
robots look the same.
All robots are
Get
the
shot
same.
at, so
Well, it's the fact that he's not going to talk to us. He wasn't going to talk to us, so...
that's because you shot him.
I didn't shoot him.
So, at this point, the three of you do kind of reconvene and share your findings of not a whole lot.
Yeah, unfortunately.
As you kind of sit around, deciding what to do next, the voice of another unknown individual kind of picks up down the road as there is a person walking towards you. Simply says, "You're not going to find anything interesting in the dust here. You've got to get your hands dirty. A little bit of an adventure, bit of risk. Or is that beyond children like you?"
Are you always this condescending?
We don't even know you.
You don't need to.
I do have to ask here, just because I have the sneaking suspicion. Do I sense any predatory aura coming off of this guy?
By definition, no.
So not a Strix or a vampire.
But
You don't sense, like, the beast doesn't sense another beast. But it does sense, okay, hold on, wait a second, no.
so the beast in me is recoiling, is what you're telling me.
Yes. The beast is uncomfortable here.
Danger. Hmm.
At this, Vitus actually takes a step forward. He's adjusting his suit. And it's the way he's adjusting it, you can tell that maybe not him himself, but there is something that is causing him to be anxious. It's kind of a weird, like, he's almost putting on a front to cover up the anxiousness, as if the anxiousness isn't exactly his own either, though. And who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Why would I reveal such information to an infant?
Infantile or not, one must deal with formalities as needed.
I will note, at no point does he stop walking. He's just walking down the road talking.
And actually, Vitus hasn't stopped walking either. He's walking straight towards this guy.
Do a chest bump. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Playing chicken.
Because for those of you that were not here last night when we discussed this, I had to take the competitive condition.
Oh, wait a second, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
no, I am straight up meeting this guy. I am not gonna back down from him. There's nothing I can do to stop this.
What can I do to stop this?
What did I do to stop this?
and at this point, as Vitus is walking forward, his hands are going into his pockets, and he's just Yeah, you forgot about the competitive condition, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
I can't recoil from this guy. Hands are
broken point off screen.
I'm getting up too. I'm just gonna.
hands in my pocket. I'm meeting his gaze and I'm walking straight at him.
I'm gonna watch how this plays out real carefully, just in case.
Okay. You know, you're awfully confident for... what did I call you before? A neutered child of mine? Yes. Look, I understand you aren't in control ever here. None of you are. If you value your life, if you can call it that, run. I honestly don't feel like crushing you into the dust right now.
You and what army?
He gives a laugh to that, and... Very well. You want an army?
Exactly, Pooter.
Snaps his fingers and just kind of awaits. Don't worry, they're coming. The screeching behind you is getting closer. Quite closer. Rapidly closer.
Hey,
And
I
that
wonder how I'm doing.
Vitus kind of smirks and goes, and I'm supposed to be scared of some screeching little memes? Come on, if you are supposedly my father, summon your demons. Fight me.
I have no need. Honestly, not even with my time. Maybe if one of the dead ones get a hold of you, maybe you can awake to your potential, and then, only then will I care. There's one that actually demands my attention. He's not stopping.
Vitus isn't stopping
It's walking
either.
It's walking right past you.
I didn't ever say I was gonna let him through, so he's gonna have to walk through me.
He does.
Like, vapor-wise, or does he, like, run over me?
Yeah, he continues to walk, and if you're standing in the way, you're getting knocked over. I don't have stats for him.
Oh,
So I don't even get to roll.
Go ahead.
I mean, you can roll.
You
makes
can
you feel
roll.
better.
At least, okay. Roll in the sense not to actually stop him, but not to be knocked over. Is that fine?
Sure. I'll humor you and make a theoretical guess what his dice pool would be.
Because actually, this is a confrontation, and technically, even if I fail, I've resolved my condition.
So just
Says it's
mash,
take it at a modifier of -99.
smash your hand on the numpad. That's the negative.
Well, actually, one moment here. Let me just confirm.
It would be something around the lines of this, I think.
I want to make sure this is competitive. Let's see here. Number
This
of
is
knights equal
assuming
to
like
blood
a
potency.
somewhat
Of
linear
the...
scale as well, so it's likely not a linear scale.
Wow.
Oh, no, this probably won't resolve it unless this causes me to face a breaking point. I doubt this is gonna cause me to face a breaking point. Unless Gandhi decides to be weird about this. 10 successes? Okay.
Oh, is that all?
I'm
mean-
surprised only 10 actually.
Yeah, so, what's the dice pool?
Strength brawl, I suppose.
Well, I'm not trying to fight him, I'm trying not to be knocked over, so brawl and athletics are gonna be the same, so...
Yeah, either way.
Yeah, I'm probably still gonna get knocked over, but... Yeah, 2 successes.
Yeah, you hit the dirt. As you do hit the dirt, though, it is actually kind of hot. Quite uncomfortable.
I'm in a 3-piece suit. I want to know.
Your neck and your face aren't covered by a suit.
Hands? You got gloves?
I would assume that I wouldn't have fallen forward. I would have fallen back.
Yeah. And the dirt kicks up as you hit the ground. Bit on the neck, it's uncomfortable. But
I'm still just going to stand.
he's
And
gonna keep walking.
I'm going to start following him. And I'm going to motion for Stahl at this point.
Yeah, I'll come forth and I don't know. Maybe I'll flare my disfigurements or something.
I will say, as not even the most interesting one of you are here. Where is your little? Where's the youngest of you? The one that hungers. No, he was poking at me earlier. I'll find him before I leave. That's fine. As you do stand up and turn, though, the swarm of Strix is coming.
I mean,
You
we've
don't know what they are.
yeah,
but
we've discussed this. Vitus has no idea what the hell those are, so he really doesn't care.
Does this have any sort of resemblance to like a swarm of locusts coming, but bigger?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Sorry, bigger and also made of shadows.
Shadow wings.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
So-
basically you take a swarm of locusts and replace each locust with a large shadowy owl. I forgot you don't know what Strix actually are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Drew doesn't want to be here. This is a bad place to be. And there doesn't seem to be any, plan of action to stop all of that.
I mean, that could be like a fly swatter, or not a fly swatter, like one of those lights.
Hey, maybe the person who can make sunlight would be useful.
Kalmir, how quick are you following this trail? Are you running?
I mean, there wasn't really a sense of urgency when we split up, was there? I mean, he could power walk, maybe. He might sense some kind of urgency if he's hearing loud squawking suddenly getting closer.
You certainly hear loud squawking getting closer.
Okay, he'll hurry up. Anything? How long is this trail?
It's not too long before you catch up and, well, you see a man casually walking down the street, Vitus kind of angrily chasing after him, Stahl cautiously chasing after him, and Drew probably hiding behind a car or something.
No, not hiding. Drew's gonna be like headed for the exit.
Okay, Drew, you see Drew on the way there.
With some speed.
So the guy that they're following or running from is the source of this
Yes,
infernal trail.
yes.
I'm going to say something very stupid. As Vitus is kind of chasing him down, I relish the day I'm going to rip your heart from your chest and devour it and laugh.
Man, real good, real smart thing to say to Kane.
Once again, Vitus doesn't believe Cain is anything.
Maybe figure out the world you're in.
Okay.
Better men have tried. More than men have tried.
That's your problem. It was a man.
Are you not?
Oh, come on. If you are supposedly our father, then you know we are monsters, not men.
I don't think you understand what you are, or what I am, or what you could be. Well, and again, how would you know? You're too far removed. Too long, too much time has passed. Hence why I don't even care to devour you. There's nothing there for me to devour. Ugh.
Guess we'll say I've caught up by now. Maybe caught the tail end of that conversation.
Yeah, I can't wait till a few sessions later, when Vitus is trying to deoperate him.
I mean, okay, quick aside here. I'm sure Rook knows this is feeling awfully similar to something that actually happened in Masquerade. Something like this has happened before.
In World of Darkness, Diablerie victim eats you.
Well, no, I'm referring to Augustus Giovanni, who ate one of the original 13.
True, but I'm also thinking of a Diablerie victim who is so much more willful than the person doing the Diablerie that they take over the body of the person who did the Diablerie.
No, you.
That's one of the rituals for the brood in 2nd E.
Yeah.
If you get eaten, you can take over the person that eats you.
Ooh.
But I digress.
I don't think he's brood.
Yeah. So I digress. This swarm is descending.
Ooh. Now he can see that they're coming. Oh, that's not good. He doesn't know what they are, but a big swarm of not birds, generally not a good thing.
It occurs to me how useful Cherry is in this moment when Cherry isn't here. The ability to...
Cherry, we need that device you've got.
Oh yeah, she's still doing that.
As Kalmir catches up here, the guy stops and kind of gives a very animated sort of sniff as he turns around and is just like, was wondering when you would show up. By far the most curious out of this lot. Young enough that I still dwell in your blood, and hungry enough that it might happen. I'll have to keep an eye on you. Maybe I'll come back in a few years.
And who are you? I've been following this trail that leads to you. The shadowy thing.
Yes, you were poking at the door.
That was a door. To the supernal?
Supernal is a word, yes. Not quite. Not the supernal you would know. The supernal of our own little making.
Kalmir is inwardly in awe that something is that powerful. Well, something made up that powerful of a spell. That's far beyond him. He really doesn't want to get on its bad side.
I guess actually, I could do a roll here. Huh. Just to freak Kalmir out a little more, huh?
Ooh, yeah.
It might not succeed because it's not actually that powerful. Oh no.
Oh. Really? 9 to 0.
That's a really bad roll. God.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7741155.
Yeah, no, you see the supernal start to swirl temporarily as the shapings of a spell begin to be weaved together before it fizzles out and just kind of shakes his head and is, no, not worth the effort, is it?
Kalmir had already put up his prime armor. Just instinct.
I'm on a timetable before they nuke the place anyways. Ugh. No, I don't have time for you.
It sounds a nuke.
Yeah, seriously, what's Stahl doing? I told Stahl to get him. Wait, hold up.
Oh, you told me to get him? You said you wanted me to follow him.
I didn't say follow.
Alright. Well,
God,
I guess.
wonder how I'm doing.
If he tries, Kalmir will try to stop him this time.
Stahl will rush up to God and just kind of like grab him and maybe like lift him up a little bit off the floor, you know? Just
Give me the roll of a grapple, I guess.
yeah.
I'm assuming he's not going to expect somebody to actually grab him.
No, that's why I'm gonna actually roll for it.
Ooh. Wouldn't
Oh, he
expect
rolled
it.
like, that's a lot of ones.
Oh, damn.
Okay. I don't want to die, so I'm going to use a willpower point, even if I know I'm going to fail.
That's more ones than successes. If this were one-y,
Yeah, if this was Oney, he would be screwed. He would be getting grappled.
That's why Oney is dumb.
Well, yep.
Yeah, you run out to try to grab him, but are shortly cut off by the now descending, basically, wall of birds that blocks your way. As this individual kind of vanishes into a tide of shadowy birds.
Kalmir would like to pull Stahl back. No, don't do that. He is far too powerful. Do not do that.
I don't know. I've been here this entire time and I haven't really seen him do much.
I have seen evidence of what he could be capable of. It is mind-boggling even for me.
Well, it's very fortunate that I'm not you then.
Kalmir's gonna
I'll,
wave his torch at the shadowy birds. Get away. Shoot.
God,
Let's see.
So,
Still might be about to be possessed.
yeah, we're gonna jump back to Cherry for a moment here as we wrap up. I mean, I guess Cherry,
Mm-hmm.
you've been running back towards the front line,
Mm-hmm.
and you can clearly see the birds take a turn. This swarm that was hovering in the distance of the city is coming in roughly your direction. Does this change your path whatsoever?
Yeah, if it's literally coming at her, or what she's looking for is just anyone who's able to activate this thing, and she that's too many. That's just worrying. That's not going to get her anywhere. Or so she's just going to run back, just trying to find someone on who can activate this thing, and probably try and find the group again, and partially just to be angry at them because at this point you've managed to overcome Cherry Stoic in order to make her pissed.
So, yeah, turning around, going a different direction, you do eventually come across a small strike force of machines as they're desperately appear to be manning vehicles from these garages of...
She would run up to pretty much anyone she could and just give the thing to them. It was broken. This was broken. I fixed it. Please activate it.
There's a bit of a just kind of stares at you and then at the radio device, and it's just, I don't believe that, but I'm going to do it anyways, because otherwise, we've got a problem. As the first one that you ran up to quickly grabs it from you and runs outside and trying to get into the open.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pause as it sets it down on the roof of an old overturned bus, highest elevation it could reasonably get to in like 30 seconds. Before eventually this device does seem to spring to life, if only for a moment. It burns out as quick as it turned on. But the bodies in the street slowly do begin to rise. That's where we're going to end it for today.
Woo! Jerry rampantly tries to fix you guys fucking up.
Don't you blame